Hey, Intermodal Trucker here. My name is Larry, and it is March 14th, 2018, and it is 6:15 p.m. We are getting ready to go. We're all situated. We got to do a quick walk around yet, and then we're going to head out of here. We're sitting in Oak Creek, Wisconsin at the Love's Travel Center, and as you can see, that sun is killing me right now. A truck just blocked it. Stay there, truck. We got our pre-plans for tonight. Right now, we are actually running up to Georgia Pacific and Green Bay, and we're going to be dropping this load. And then they got us deadheading down to Sturtevant, back down to S.C. Johnson. Seems like the land where I had problems scaling. And this load is going to be going to Woodland, California. Oh no! No, this place is the place that did scale good. They were all set up when I got loaded. I stopped and scaled it, and the thing was like perfect. So, not a worry here. Getting paid my extra 75 bucks for doing this load because helping out the Racine office again. Then I'll be running that down into the BNSF Corworth Rail down in Chicago. Dealing with that, dropping that one, and then I guess I'll be grabbing an empty someplace. And the next load they have me on picks up in Kimberly-Clark in Marinette, Wisconsin. So that's a pretty long run up there. That's going to be about 260 miles up there, and I'll be deadheading all the way up there, pick up the load, and then then run that all the way back to Chicago. So those are my runs for tonight. I see finally that JBG Travels has finally got on the road. He lost his fear of the snow a little bit and got out there. And I watched a few videos when I just woke up and was eating my breakfast, and all I heard was, "Holy Smokies, holy Smokies." Him and his holy Smokies. Well, I got in here this morning and my cooler had just died. I guess it was just time for it to go. I checked the plug. The plug had gotten so hot that it had melted inside of it. And if I wiggled the plug just enough, I could get it to catch. And that's what I did last night, and it seemed like it was catching, but the plug was always so hot. Those plugs always get really hot. And so I got it here this morning, and I couldn't get it to work at all anymore. It stopped working about an hour before I got here, and I just couldn't get it to work at all. So I went in a truck stop, and I bought a little 12-volt plug, and I whipped out the tools and everything, and I wired a new plug up to it, plugged it in there. And it had power, but the thing just wouldn't turn on. So I tore the back off of the thing, and I looked inside here, and I tracked where the wires went. I have a little electrical tester, and I tested the wires. There was power to the motor unit and everything. It just wouldn't work. So I finally said, forget it, I'm done. And I chucked it in the dumpster, and I know I could have got a new motor for it and all that other stuff, but you know, I had probably $45, $50 worth of food left in there, and you know, to let all that just go to waste, I mean, that was kind of pointless. So I just went and bit the bullet. I actually bought me a new refrigerator. I'll show you what I got. It is the Cooltron Super Cool refrigerator. It's kind of the next one up. You can't really see, it's the shadows and everything. It's kind of the next model up from what I had. Instead of being a cooler, this one is actually a refrigerator style. You can plug this one into 110 volts, or you can plug it into 12 volts. And right there it is. I'll situate it up a little bit better and everything. Right now I just got it sitting there with a bungee cord around it to hold it so it doesn't fall off of there and stuff. I think what I'm going to do is when I get home, I'm going to cut a piece of plywood that'll fit up underneath the seat. I'll have like a tongue underneath there that'll fit underneath the top of the seat and the bottom, and it'll stick back there, and then I'll have it on there, and then I'll put some screws up through the feet of the refrigerator so that it's sitting there more permanently, doesn't shake around so much and everything. But the one thing that I noticed with this, I just had some stuff fall out. The one thing that I noticed with this is, see, it's more of a refrigerator style, and it has the same kind of unit in the back of it. Hang on. that the other one has. It kind of has a cooling deal, and then it has like the little fan and everything. But the one difference with this one is it has a thermostat up in the corner, and it also has a little LED light in it. So when you open the door, it actually turns the light on inside here too. But she seals up real good, and the door stays closed. It doesn't, you know, fall open like I was afraid, as being like a regular refrigerator. You know, be driving on the road bouncing, and the door just open. It stays closed pretty good. The one nice thing about this one is the plug. It is cool to the touch. It's been plugged in all day long, and this plug is not even warm to the touch. I mean, nothing. It's actually like a regular refrigerator. When the door is closed and everything, they said on the instructions to turn it all the way up to max for the first 2 hours, and then go to about medium, and they said that's about where they have found that most people find it works well to keep things cool. And what I noticed is that it, in the back of it, has these fans, and there's like a regular refrigerator. It has the coil system in the back for the refrigerant, and those fans blow across there, and it dissipates the heat. And there's like these little vents that are on top of the refrigerator, and it's all enclosed so it doesn't get damaged or anything. And it turns on and turns off, turns on, turns off, just like a regular refrigerator does in your house, you know, where it doesn't run all the time. It, you know, turns on and off to keep, you know, temperature correct inside the refrigerator. So I've been noticing that, which is nice, because the other one, it just ran all the time. And that's why it would ice up and plug that fan up, and that's what would make those plugs get really hot, because it's trying to work the motor, and that's why those motors go out, is because they got plugged up with ice, and if you don't catch it, then it's just sitting there with power to that motor, and it's not doing anything. So this one here, it actually does that. It has like a little drainage thing for water on the bottom of it too, to collect the water, you know, defrost and all that stuff. So we'll see how this one works. I've never had one of these truck refrigerators before. I know that John over at JBG Travels, he has one that's sitting out in my barn. He brought it out to me one time. He bought it, and it was super expensive. He bought this thing, and it was crazy expensive. And he had it for, I think it was like 6 months or something, and it stopped working, and he brought it out by me, and he's like, well, maybe you could fix it. And I'm like, I'm not a refrigerator repair guy, I don't know. But he brought it out, and he's like, you can fix it, or you can keep it, or whatever. And I messed around and looked at it a little bit, and I was just like, nah. It was a real fancy one, really tiny though. And he told me the price on it, I was like, are you kidding me? That little tiny thing? And he's like, well, it's, you know, truck refrigerators, they're pretty expensive. And I was like, okay, I'll stick with my cooler. This one here, actually with tax and everything, was like 234 bucks. I got it here because I didn't want all my food to spoil. So I got it here, which I shouldn't have. This place here in Oak Creek, Wisconsin, they have a super high tax rate right here. This is the reason why JB Hunt stopped fueling right here, is because there's some special tax thing right in this little area, in this Oak Creek area. They charge an extra tax percentage, and so that's why we don't have this fueling stop anymore. And I went and bought it, wasn't really thinking about it, and it was $219, and I had $134, something like that, on credit on my Love's card. So I used that, and it was like $100. And after I left out of there, I looked at the receipt, and I was like, wow, that was a lot in taxes. So what are you gonna do? But otherwise than that, we are going to roll. We'll end up seeing how this little refrigerator works. I think it's gonna do just fine, and we'll get rolling. The only problem is I can't throw the box away, so I gotta put with this box for a couple more days. Because if something happens to the refrigerator and I gotta take it back and everything, I got a 90-day warranty on it, which is kind of crappy, but it has a 90-day warranty, and I know if you have a problem and take it in there, they're gonna want the box. So I'm gonna throw the box in the corner and move it around for the next couple days whenever I stop, and take it home with me, and we'll go from there. So we're on our way up to Georgia Pacific up in Green Bay, and we'll see you guys there. Bye. Hey guys, we are here at Georgia Pacific, 500 Day Street in Green Bay, Wisconsin. And time to drop this here load. Let's just hook up the lights and check it out. Just in case it's not an empty. Yeah, she's an empty. Lights are working. Tires are all good. We're not going to try to crank this up. It's too tight. What we'll do is just hook up the airlines and drag it out of here. As far as I'm gonna get. Come on. Looks about it. We can write the numbers down. Whew, it's tight. Tight, tight, tight. Hello and welcome to SC Johnson. And start event, Wisconsin. I'm a little bit tired. I pulled into the Love's this morning up in Oak Creek and slept there, and I had to make a phone call and deal with something, and it took a while to deal with that and everything, so I didn't get to sleep right away. And then I laid there and stuff, and I just could not fall asleep. And one of the things was this new refrigerator. It turns on, and then, I don't know, a minute or two later it turns off, and then like 10 minutes later it turns back on. And it does that on and off kind of thing, you know, like a regular refrigerator. And that was something different. It's not really that loud or anything, but it's just something different. And so that was kind of bothering me a little bit. I laid there tossing and turning, and then I had the curtains open just a little bit, and the sun was beating in there, and I was like laying there, and finally I got up and shut the curtains real tight, and that would help. And I laid there and I was like, man, this has got to be the loudest truck stop ever. I mean, I could hear everybody with Jake brakes and just every vehicle driving by. I could hear people talking, and I'm like, man, this place is so loud, I can't sleep. It was driving me nuts. I finally fell asleep and got a few hours of sleep and everything. And I woke up, and when I got up, I came up in the front, and I look over, and I could just see it through the curtain on the side. And I had left my window open about 2 to 3 inches. No wonder why it was loud. It was like, dummy, close your window. So I'm a little tired. But I already had a cup of coffee. I've already, about 7/8 of that cup I drank down already. And I have 5 hours and 53 minutes left to drive tonight. I'm picking up this load, and then I'm running this down to BNSF Corworth, dropping it down there, and then I guess I gotta grab an empty someplace, probably CZ, and then bust it all the way up to Marinette. And I'm not gonna have enough hours to get up to Marinette. That's just not gonna happen. I'll get close up there, but I won't. I'll get up past Green Bay. There's a little truck stop kind of in between Green Bay and Marinette. I'll probably make it in between there, and then that's probably where I'll end up shutting down. My load is not supposed to pick up till 10 a.m. tomorrow, but they're usually ready early. But I won't have the hours, so we'll do what we can do. Then I'll get up tomorrow night and run it down, and then they'll probably give me some little thing up to Appleton or something like that, and deliver that and go home, or just go home, who knows. Well, here comes our guys, so I guess we'll get to move up. I've gone through the process of getting rectal scanned, I guess, and we can enter the property now. Woo. $27,0062. Might as well take a look as we're driving through here, right? This thing's just beeping at me like crazy. They got a few of them in here. There we go.
on my sheet it says it's in spot in lot AA, which we're in, but it says in spot 117. So there's little numbers above the spot, so I'm just going to drive down here and see if it's correct. 270062. Should be actually right down here in the end, I guess. We're at like 108 right now. I think it's second from the, I think it's the last one. Yep, there it is. Last one. Alrighty then. 270062. Chassis 137477. These things are heavy. Paperwork's in there, flashing and lit. Mud flap. Our lights are lit, flashing. Here's this white seal you can't read. 52 1599. Got a mud flap, it's locked. See any holes? Spring is there. She's lit and flashing. Got a nice scrape right along there. Lock. DOT is okay. Well, guys, I have just come up with the best invention. I am going to make somebody rich. You listening? Alright, if you're a truck driver and you do a lot of dropping and hooking, you know what I'm talking about when somebody drops a trailer and they dolly it down too much, and then you go back up underneath it, and the thing is sticking up a ½ inch or an inch off of your fifth wheel. It's not even touching you, and so you gotta sit here and crank the thing. And I mean, when you got a 40,000 pound load, that's a bit, you know. And I have just come out with the perfect invention. Right here on my dash, because this truck has an in-cab fifth wheel release, so I can unhook from the trailer in the cab. I don't have to go out there and pull the lever. Great idea. I love it. I think it's great. Here's the deal. Right next to it, put a little switch or something that you can toggle, like up or down. Have it down for the regular driving, but then when you go to back up underneath the trailer and you're not going to, and you don't pick the trailer up to get the landing gear, you know, the weight off the landing gear so you can crank it, back up underneath it a little bit and then flip that switch, and it'll put some extra air into the airbags and raise the rear end of the truck up to pick that trailer up. Huh? Who was thinking? Who was thinking? There you go. You got my permission. Go out and invent that and become a millionaire. Let's see, loaded time is 1:36 in the morning on the 15th. Seal number. Drop something. It's on one of these forms that I saw. Here it is. 521599. You got her. We are preloaded. I brought in an empty. How many pieces? I don't know. Why does it ask me these silly questions? I have no idea. It looks like 1,500 something. There we go. Yes, it's JB Hunt Equipment. Chassis is 137477. Estimated time availability. I gotta do a half an hour break, so that's gonna make it 2. It's about an hour down, hour and 15 minutes, so that's gonna make it 3. Let's put the 3:30 just to be ultra cautious, because I really don't care, because I already have a pre-plan. What time did I say? 3:30. I lost my train of thought. I yacked too much for a second there and lost it. Let's just say we're gonna have 5. I don't think so, but 15, 18. Oops, go back 1, 0, 3, 3, 2. Go back 1. Bingo was his name. Send it. It's good, send it. I'm trying to think what movie that's from. Send it. Can't think of it. Alrighty. We just need to lock our California pin in. There we go. On our way. Hey guys, here we are. We are at a Petro right by Sturtevant, Wisconsin. We're actually, it's Racine, basically same town. We're going to do a cat scale lab and scale this load. So here we go. There's our information. We're going to change the trailer number. Freight of all kinds, except got to put the load number in. Done. Accept the fee. Waiting for Weighmaster authorization. Processing payment. And there we are. Thank you. There we are. Really good looking. 11,800 on the steer. 32,980 on drive. Trailer is 31,340. Gross weight 76,120 pounds. Normally I would not go in to get a scale ticket because it's good. But the thing is that this is going to California, so I will include the scale ticket with it, and right on there, I'll write on the scale ticket First hole, sleeper cab. Excuse me. That way when a truck driver picks up his paperwork out of the bill box, he's going to get the scale ticket. He's going to look at it and go, oh, this guy scaled it, and he had a sleeper truck. Well, I got a day cab, or maybe I got a sleep, so the weights will be good. So he knows. That's why I included it. So, there you guys go. I hope everyone is having a great day out there, great night, whatever it is when you're watching this. If you're not, we'll try that again tomorrow, all right? See ya.